Spicy Potatoes here with something new I haven't done on this channel yet, and I don't know if I'm gonna make it regular yet, but here it is. I'm just gonna start from the beginning. Alright, this is the story of the time I was in 2nd grade, and my brother and I and his friend were going to steal a tank and drive to Mexico. Yes, I know, Mexico. Okay, so let me start from the beginning. At this time, this was taking place, my brother and his friend were about either, I'd say 10 or 11. I was about 7. Anyways, not the story. Okay, so go back to 2011, back when silly bands and horror meant you were the shit. Yeah, you remember that? Well, the story starts at my brother's friend's house. And for the sake of this video, I'm going to call him Jason. Okay, so me and my brother were hanging out with Jason and shooting hoops in his front yard. And Jason says, "Guys, I hate this place. And I want to leave, and I want to know if you guys would be with me." My brother said, "Yeah, man, me too. I hate this place." And me, being the youngest, I said, "Yeah, this place sucks." Because, you know, I'm the youngest, so I always gotta do what they do. Then my brother said, "Okay, Jason, what do you have in mind?" Jason replies with, "Let's take a tank and drive it to Mexico. Kill anybody in our path." Me and my brother think that's a great idea, so we both go along with it. So anyways, you want to fast forward to school the next day. Okay, time out. To understand this next part, I need you guys to know that from 1st to 6th grade, I was like retarded and I didn't like do any of my work. So I would just I would just wait for the bell to ring and I'd go home and play Lego Star Wars. Yeah, I was a huge fan. Anyways, and there was this girl. She was like a teacher, kind of like a IEP, like a intervention specialist, I think that's what they're called or whatever. And it was a huge waste of time, honestly. I didn't care. Well, she was cool because she'd bring her dog in and I would read to her and her dog. Okay, time back in. So I come back to school the next day, and it's the day where I have to go read to the dog. And I'm going there and I tell the lady, I can't remember exactly what I said, but I'm pretty sure I probably said something like, "Yeah, I can't wait till I'm not here anymore so I can get in a tank and kill everybody on our way to Mexico." I probably said something like that because, 2nd grader, mega cool. So you want to fast forward to lunchtime, but instead of going to lunch, my teacher, Mrs. Ross, who at the time was the best teacher at that whole school, she stopped me and pulled me aside and told me, "Joe, we need to go see Mr. Gunther," who was the guidance counselor. I shrugged, and I didn't know what to say. I was like, because I already knew what was it about. So we get down there, and we're waiting for Mr. Gunther to arrive, but he had not shown up yet, me and Mrs. Ross, we're waiting outside his office, and I was pretty scared. 2nd grade, it's the first time I was getting in trouble for something. I was pretty scared, and I hear he had big feet, and he had these shoes that you could just hear him from a mile away. And I hear him come down the hallway, and I was like, "Yep, this is it." And this is like loud ass footsteps just coming down the hall. I just remember I put my head down, and he says, "In here, please," and he opens up his door. Me and Mrs. Ross, we sit down at this table, and he's telling us, he's like, "Joseph, do you know why you're here today?" I said, "No, sir," because I'm a 2nd grader, so I'm instantly badass. He says, "Well, Joseph, you're here because we heard that you and a few of your friends are going to steal a tank and kill people on your path to Mexico. Am I correct?" "Yes, sir." Which I don't know why. I lied to him, but then I told him the truth. So, and he told me, he says, "Now, Joe, I know this wasn't your idea, so if you just tell me who his idea was, I'll let you go." And I told him, I just completely fuck over Jason. I was like, "Nope." So I told him, I said it was all him. I was like, "Yeah, it was all Jason's idea." He said he was gonna beat me up if I didn't say yes, which was complete lies. I completely lied to him. And to this day, I don't know what happened to Jason. I could tell he probably didn't like me anymore, but I just don't know. I don't know what happened to him. I, not to mention, this is about 7 years ago, so I don't even know if my brother remembers this because he's about, I don't even know how old he is now, but he probably doesn't remember. All right, well, this is the first time I did something like this. I'll probably do something like this again, maybe here in a few videos. All right.